What are the most important lessons to learn in life? What do highly successful people wish they had known and done sooner? What are the top regrets from those who are dying? What are they, and what are keys to mastering these most important lessons? Stick around until lesson 7 because it's one of those things that, when mastered, paves the way for the rest of the 7 lessons. Let's get into it. Lesson 1. Nurture relationships. I know relationships can be toxic, inconvenient, messy, and imbalanced. Yet our highly successful people and those near death say they didn't value relationships as much as they wished they would have. We nurture relationships when we impose boundaries, share honest feedback, and tell our truth in a caring way. When I say nurture relationships, I mean we can do that from a place of authenticity, free of fear. We'll talk more about that in Lesson 7. Dying people almost always come to realize that their connections with others are the most meaningful and valuable aspects of their lives. Dying people, more than anything, want to express their love, gratitude, and forgiveness to their loved ones. Successful people wish they could teach their younger selves to make relationships a greater priority and nurture them more skillfully. Now you know. So make relationships a priority. Lesson 2 is equally important, and that's to unburden yourself of negative emotions by letting go. Holding resentment is like setting yourself on fire while hoping that the other person is bothered by the smoke. The word forgiveness is used with letting go, and it's often misunderstood. No, forgiveness does not mean pretending that what they did was okay. And forgiveness does not mean that you don't hold them accountable for their actions. You can hold someone to account for their actions, free of negative emotions. Healthy forgiveness is simple. Let go of resentment, anger, and guilt about past choices. Give it to a higher power, or if you don't believe in one, just let go. Don't be that old person dragging around a bunch of negative emotions about yourself, people, or situations. Let go. Lesson 3 is to live in the present moment. Dying people often realize that they have wasted too much time worrying about the future or regretting the past. Successful older people say that they would tell their younger selves to let go of concerns about the future or baggage from the past and live fully in the now. Both say, enjoy what you have now. Appreciate where they are right now. Allow yourself to appreciate the simple pleasures of life and the beauty of nature. Allow yourself to live each moment fully and authentically. Because there's no time like the present. Lesson 4 is to value experiences. Too often we pass on adventures to feel safe or stay in familiar territory. That choice is often regretted at the end of a life. So take that vacation or explore that new country as an expat. Sing karaoke in that remote bar in the Amazon jungle while drinking beer that might actually be cat piss. Because, according to the dying, experiences are the point. Lesson 5 is to keep learning throughout your life. You can learn your way out of any situation, and often, that's the only path up and out. Many older people regret not pursuing higher education or learning new skills that could have improved their career opportunities or personal growth. When you value learning throughout your life, you keep your mind fresh and prevent cognitive decline. Lesson 6 is to do the hard things that are passion projects. You want to do that thing, but it's hard, and now isn't the right time to start. But the time will pass anyway, right? And what is holding you back is fear, wanting to feel safe or feeling overwhelmed. Wise people are telling you, do it, now! Yes, it feels hard. Doesn't feel like this is the right time, but do it. Joy and fulfillment come from that hard thing you've been putting off because you don't feel quite ready. That hard thing might be a business, a relationship, a side hustle, or a spiritual pursuit. But the time will pass regardless, so why not put it to good use? When I was 12, I played the only song I knew on a guitar in a music store. The guitar teacher asked, "Why not take lessons?" I said, "Oh, it takes years to learn to play." He shook his head in agreement, then asked, "How many years do you think it will take?" I said, "Oh, probably 5, I think." He nodded. Then asked, "How old will you be in 5 years?" 17. He asked, "Do you want to be the 17-year-old who plays the guitar or the one who doesn't?" I got it and started to practice. I was in a band 2 years later and haven't stopped playing since. That is the message to everyone. What do you want to do that seems hard? Do you want to be the person who did it, or the person who still wishes they did? Finally, Lesson 7 is the key to truly creating the life you desire. Lesson 7 is to live free of fear, living authentically from your highest self. What does that mean? If you're deciding based on fear, especially of what others will say, you're missing out on a powerful way to do life. If you've ever walked away from a situation having not said what you wanted to say, it's fear that is binding your tongue. Don't condemn yourself, but note that I'm honoring fear more than my deeper, authentic self. Fear, regret, or living so others feel comfortable hides your deeper authenticity. The deeper you feels different than fear, regret, or tiptoeing around others. I'm not talking about blasting people with your opinions like a ranting child and calling it authenticity. That's an unskillful, immature way to live. What I'm talking about is that place of wisdom, free of fear, where you see clearly and communicate it in a way that helps people. If you're lucky enough to have a person like this in your life, you know what I'm talking about. They say what needs to be said, not out of fear or anger, but out of wise love. It's a place of authentic power that will reveal your best life when you find it and honor it. Don't wait until you're on death's door to implement these 7 key lessons. Your future self is sending these messages to you now, so put this into practice and smile as you let go of the fear and rest in wise love. Because now is all there is. Thanks for joining us today at the Change Capability Institute.